Guys, this is my second movie that I wish to talk about in this week. I watched this movie a week ago, and it's still fresh on my mind because how good it is. This movie is old in comparison with first movie that chose to review, Ava. Um, this movie is 2008, called Taking. It was produced in 2008, called Taking Lives. And you will quickly notice that I have much different attitude towards this movie compared to Ava or Ava. This movie is, in my opinion, a solid 10 out of 10. What I mean by 10 out of 10, I mean this movie does everything right while keeping the viewer, or at least it kept me, on the edge of my seat. Uh, it's best way I would describe this movie is a action thriller, mystery action thriller. Action not so much. Ava, for example, has way more action than this movie, but whenever action happens in this movie, the action has purpose behind it. This is something I cannot kind of stress enough how big of a difference it is. Yes, of course, if you enjoy I enjoy them too. Mindless, just killing, hack and slash mindlessly everything in your sight. Sure. But after watching this movie, like I watched Ava and then I watched this movie, a week or two like difference. Ava completely just sits. I almost forgot that movie existed because how boring it was. In comparison, if you actually want to sit down and you're like, okay, I actually want to enjoy this movie night I'm having by myself or with your friends, maybe. Again, this is even more so not a family friendly movie. And you can, I hope I can capture, like, you can capture this feeling and this emotion I have when I'm describing this movie, Taking Lives. It, it's a 2008 movie, and it, in my opinion, just completely dunks on Ava. Is Ava a bad movie? No, I gave it a 7 out of 10. Is this movie good? Absolutely, 10 out of 10. It does. I have no complaints about this movie. Uh, my only complaint would be I wish there was part two. That's how amazing this movie was. So again, what makes it amazing? Everything in this movie is meaningful. There is never a moment in the movie that wasn't thought out and wasn't somehow hiding something in plain sight, if that makes sense. You'll be always guessing in this movie what's gonna happen next, and you're always gonna be trying to understand the main character's motives, or and also main antagonist's motives, because they're having this kind of three-dimensional chess happening in this movie, and I just cannot stress enough how good this movie is in comparison to so much trashy movies that I saw. And this movie is 2008. Whenever somebody says old but gold, this is the kind of movie, when I talk about movies, this is something I'm gonna keep in at the back of my mind. And I'm surprised that it's 2008 and I haven't seen it before. The thing is, I might have when I was much younger, you know. I might have seen, like, caught glimpses of it, but I never saw the full movie. As far as I'm concerned, I never saw this movie, and I have to say, man, I wish they were making movies like this, more of them. There are some movie. I can't remember falling asleep in cinema when I watched older movies, but I already managed to fall asleep a few times when I watched new movies. And I'm glad to say this movie is wonderful and fantastic. It's not a family friendly movie, but I still absolutely recommend you watch this movie if you're actually interested having what I consider great time. And that's it. With that having said, guys, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you disagree with my take on either of these two movies, then I would like to know why. Leave a comment. Let's have a discussion. Let's keep these things going. And please, 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 if you think there's some interesting movie I should watch and review, absolutely. I am always on the lookout for a good movie. Chances are, though, I've probably seen it. You know, just saying, if you're gonna give me something generic, chances are I've seen it. And with that having said, thank you guys for watching the videos. See you next week. Uh, don't forget to check out my other videos. I do also Let's Plays and First Impressions. Check those out. And see you later, guys.